Hello everyone and welcome back to Packs and Recreation and Dinosaurs, because today we're opening yet another Lost Caverns of Ixalan collector booster box. And can I open this? Let's do it the Rudy way. There you go. If you're like me, at the beginning my OCD will trigger like crazy when I like it was, oh, you're scratching the box, and it's like, yeah, but when it gets to a point you don't even save the boxes anymore, because it is what it is, right? It's cardboard, so there's only so much space, and you gotta separate the good cardboard from the bad cardboard, I guess. Let's see what's the treasure trove box topper, and let's see if I can do it in a way that doesn't compromise the card. Could he do it? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Oh fuck, I already bent the card twice. Let's see if I can do it without compromising the card. Also, proceeds to be a freaking beast while opening the single card booster. Damn. Ooh, the Infinity Gauntlet. What's up? Fists of Suns. This is from the Commander decks, if I recall correctly. It's an artifact. You may pay Wooburg rather than pay the mana cost for spells you cast, which is, for some creatures and some stuff, it may be good if you have a Wooburg deck. So, not bad. Let's see. Tectonic Hazard, nurturing Brittleback. Look at these photographs. Sunshot Militia, Captivating Cave. Technically goes here. Digsite Conservator. Oh, Conservator. Gold Fury Strider, Hermetic Nautilus. Let me see if I can put it here. Then that means that this goes here and this goes here. And let's see the goodies. So, a tourist land, Uchenbach, the Great Mistake, aka a Dark Souls enemy, and it's misprint. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, the color is on the text, and in the card itself is a little washed out. Warden of the Inner Sky, not bad, kind of a interesting card. Magmatic Galleon in white art. Elenda's Hierophant. Interesting art. Vampire Cleric. For 2/1 white, whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Elenda's Hierophant. And when Elenda's Hierophant dies, create the X/1/1 white creature vampire tokens with lifelink, where X is its power. Animpakal, 1000th Moon. Looks like it could be an interesting commander, however, whenever you attack with one or more non-gnome creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on an Impakal, then create X/1/1 colorless gnome artifact creatures that are tapped and attacking, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on an Impakal. Okay, it can be an interesting commander. A Jurassic Park Mountain. Sovereign Okinek. I can't read. Sovereign. Oh, the text is underneath. Ahau. So, thank you. Sovereign Okinek Ahau. It has War 2, is a 3/4 for 2 and Celestia. And whenever it attacks, for each creature you control with power greater than that creature's base power, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature equal to the difference. Okay. The Great Equalizer. A copy token. Not bad. And a bat that has tattoos, because why not? So tokens go here. Booster número 2. Teething Blade. See, like, maybe you can't see it properly, but like, see, it's washed out, the text. What's up with this? Quicksand Whirlpool. Oh, another one that is washed out. Like, it's not the recording, like it's really washed out. See, like imagine paying for this. Imagine being me, paying for this and being like, huh. And you may be thinking, well, but those are the commons and uncommons. No one cares about that. They're just there for fluff. And you kind of have a point, my friend. But still, you're paying for something, extra box, premium box, because it's collector booster. It's a collector booster, and it comes to you washed out. Like, come on. Like, show some respect to your customers. Deeproot Pilgrimage. Whenever one or more non-token merfolk you control become tapped, create a 1/1 blue merfolk creature token with hexproof. Not bad for tribal merfolk. That one surely goes to the professor's deck. Warden of the Inner Sky again, not a bad card. Ooh, Javier. Because technically it's not Xavier, it's Javier. Because it's the X like in Mexico, right? So Javier Sal, Infested Captain. This is an interesting one because this shows as part of the commander decks, and yet it's part of the commander collection, but Human Fungus Pirate, and is a very interesting commander because for 1 black, 1 green, 1 blue is a 3/3 that says tap, remove a counter from another permanent you control, populate, activate only as a sorcery. And if you the other option is to tap and sacrifice another creature, proliferate, activate only as a sorcery. So this person right here is a very interesting commander. And if it's not a commander, then it's a very dangerous 99 card to have in decks. Because between populate and proliferate, and you can move stuff to your graveyard, plus the deck is it has black in the color identity, so you can really, Gishath's Sun Avatar. For 5, 1 red, 1 green, 1 white. It's a legendary creature, Dinosaur Avatar. For 7, it's a 7/6 with Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. Whenever Gishath Sun's Avatar deals combat damage to a player, reveal that many cards from the top of your library. Put any number of dinosaur creature cards from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Classic dinosaur commander. So, very good card. A foil swamp from Jurassic Park. The foil is kind of shy. You can see it very well, but it's there, I promise. A 3-fold Thunderhawk in foil. This card is interesting. We already pulled another video. I did a mini analysis. It's interesting. Map Golem. Oaken Siren, Plundering Pirate, Seeker of Sunlight, Oraska Puzzle Door. It's kind of washed out. I'm getting triggered. Forgotten Monument. Then you also get paranoid, right? Because you see one that is washed out, you start to look for every card if they are washed out or not. Another tourist land card, or tourist card land. Nikanzil. Current Conductor, and this one is also kind of washed out. This foil process is very weird, my friend. The Everflowing Well, this is a very nice card. Enters the battlefield, you mill 2 cards, and if you have 8 or more permanents in your graveyard, you transform it, and it becomes the Myriad Pools, and it gives you 1 blue, but whenever you cast permanent spells using mana by the Myriad Pool, up to 1 other target permanent creature you control becomes a copy of that spell until the end of turn. And this is very blue and very nice. So for a blue-black deck, the Enigma Jewel, not bad. Enters the battlefield tap. That's bad. It costs 1 blue. So you tap it, add 2 colorless, spend this mana only to activate abilities. Craft with 4 or more non-land with activated abilities for 8 and 1 blue, and it becomes Locus of Enlightenment. Locus of Enlightenment has each activated ability of the exiled cards used to craft it. You may activate each of those abilities only once each turn. Whenever you activate an ability that isn't a mana ability, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Yikes. So, not bad. Bygone Marvels. Basically what everyone is saying to the MCU right now. Am I right? Meh. For 2 green, it has descent 8 when you cast a spell. When you cast this spell, if there are 8 or more permanents in your graveyard, copy the spell twice. You may choose new targets for the copies. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand and then exile it. It's okay. It's from the commander decks. Tishana's Tidebinder is a great commander blocker. We commented this in the previous collector box that we opened. Another basic land, and is a swamp. The same swamp, but this time it's not even foil. A Dire Flail that until my dying breath I will be like saying like I don't get this card. I think it's okay at most. I don't know why it's a rare. Jurassic Park Treasure and a fungus. It goes to the Jurassic Park pile because I'm weak. Fanatical Offering, washed out again. I don't know if you can catch it, but it is washed out. And it's kind of dirty. You can see that they're kind of dirty here, and then the text is washed. Sucks. Over the Edge is again washed out. I don't know if you can see it. See that the text is all over the place in terms of definition. Ooh, this one is very bad. Buried Treasure. Maybe you can appreciate it, like, but in person it's very obvious that the card is like badly printed. Like the black is not, opaque enough. Thousand Moons Infantry, Pit of Offerings, Merfolk Cave Diver, Swashbuckler's Whip, a Swamp. Spoilers. A Swampity Swamp. Bartolomé del Presidio. I love this card, however, it's kind of washed in the title. Abuelo's Awakening. Not a bad card. A good way for you to get the stuff that you need in white from your graveyard. So, not bad. The Belligerent. Interesting vehicle. I like it a lot. However, getting uses for it is something very, circumstantial. Altar of the Wretched from the commander decks. You can craft it with one or more creatures, and it can also come back from the graveyard to your hand. It becomes an XX, where X is the power of toughness of the exiled cards to craft it. It has flying as long as a card. It has craft, so it has all the powers of all the cards that you use to call it. It's interesting. For a cemetery deck, it's interesting at least. Palani's Hatcher, the good old egg generator. Ooh, Life Finds a Way. There you go. From Jurassic Park, 2 and 1 green is an enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, populate. You create a token that's a copy of a creature token you control. Nice art, if I may say so myself. Nice. Sunken Citadel. Interesting one. Is for mana for abilities. This is, well, it gives you 2 mana of the chosen color only for abilities of land sources. So if you're really into the land game, then see, the dinosaur eggs and dinosaurs. So it actually matches with Palani's Hatcher. I love when this happens. Screaming Phantom, Staggering Size, Unlucky Drop, Hidden Volcano, Confounding Riddle, Might of the Ancestors, Dowing Device, transforms into Geode Grotto. I like this idea of like, oh, everything transforms into a land. It's kind of a thing that we don't see that often. Normally, it's more common to see lands that transforms into things and not the other way around. Scytheclaw Raptor, Sahili, the Sun's Brilliance. For 1 blue and 1 red, is a 2/2 Human Artificer. You can blue, red, and tap, create a token that's a copy of another target creature or artifact you control, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. It gains haste. Sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. Kutsu's Flanker, not bad. You can choose one of the abilities when it enters the battlefield. It has flash, so you can remove graveyards very quickly with this. Wave Goodbye, which is a good pun. For 2 and 2 blue, is this return each creature without a +1/+1 counter on it to its owner's hand. So This is from the +1/+1 counter deck, so it makes sense. Throne of the Grim Captain. I like this card. At the same time, I think it's kind of difficult to pull out, even more in Commander. But it transforms into the Grim Captain, which is kind of a crazy card, and it's kind of cool. But yeah, I don't say I don't know. I would like to build a deck around it, but you can't because it's only legendary artifact, so it can be your commander. So you need to build your deck around the 4 creature types and then hope that this card is pulled. I don't know. That's why the card is not that crazy. Command Tower from Jurassic Park. Cool. Deep-Root Pilgrimage in foil. Not bad. Amazing for Merfolk. Gnome Soldier. There are 2 types of gnome. Let's see if opening from the back. It's weird that it's easier to open them from the down part of the art. Shipwreck Sentry, also kind of washed. Goblin Tomb Raider is also kind of washed. Envoy of Okinek Ahau is all sorts of washed out. I don't know if you can see. They shine so much that you can't really see it. It's weird. Darwin Discovery, Caverns of Ixalan, Abyssal Ghost Stalker, Akawali the Seething Tower, legendary creature fungus, an island, and Kaparokti Sunborn. Okay. Jade Light Spelunker. When Jade Light Spelunker enters the battlefield, it explores X times, where X, is the cost that you pay to cast it. Not bad. Cosmium Confluence for 4 and 1 green, choose 3. You may choose the same more than once. You can search for a cave, put into the battlefield tab and shuffle, which is not bad to populate quickly with caves. Put 3 +1/+1 counters on a cave you control. It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste, seal a land, or destroy target enchantment. So, very flexible. Progenitor's Icon. This is from the Commander decks. You choose a creature type, and you add 1 mana of any color, and the next spell of the chosen type you cast this turn can be cast as though it had flash. So, very flexible for tribal decks. Inti, Seneschal of the Sun. Not bad, we pulled this a couple of times. Hunting Velociraptor from Jurassic Park. First strike. Dinosaur spells you cast have Prowl 2/1 red. You may cast a spell for its Prowl cost if you deal combat damage to a player this turn with a creature with any of its creature types. Okay, not bad. And an Impakal Thousand Moon. Okay. Treasure and Spirit. We're halfway there. Okay. You may be thinking, wow, with what strength is he pulling the thing? And it's like, not that hard, actually. These things are just very inconsistent in terms of strength. Echo of Dusk, Oltec Cloud Guard, Sage of Days, Miner's Guidewing, Gargantuan Leech, Careening Minecart, Enterprising Scallywag, Island, Bartolomé del Presidio, the Belligerent. I put the Belligerent in the wrong place. No, right? No, I think. Fabrication Foundry. For 1 and 1 white, add this artifact. You tap it, it gives you 1 white. Spend this mana only to cast an artifact spell or activate the ability of an artifact. Okay. 2 and 1 white, exile 1 or more other artifacts you control with total mana value X. Return target artifact card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. Not bad. Nothing to be crazy about, but not bad. Ooh, from the Commander decks. Master of Dark Rites. For 1 black, it's a Vampire Cleric that is a 1/1 and says, tap, sacrifice another creature, add 3 black mana. Spend this mana only to cast Vampire Cleric and or Demon Spell. So in that deck, it fits perfectly. And in a lot of decks that has have vampire clerics or demons. This is very useful. Plus, sacrificing creatures in black normally triggers a lot of other stuff. So there it is. Restless Vents, the classic land that transforms into something. It's not great, doesn't make me go crazy for it, but you know, it's better than any other slow land, I guess. So it is what it is, right? So I'm trying to see if I can get rid of this reflection, but apparently I can't. So Grim Giganotosaurus for 5, 1 black and 1 green is a 10/10 that says creature dinosaur for 10, 1 black and 1 green, monstrosity 10. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each creature with power 4 or greater your opponent's control. Okay. If this creature isn't monstrous, put 10 plus 1 plus 1 counters on it and it becomes monstrous. When Grim Giganotosaurus becomes monstrous, destroy all artifacts and creatures other than Grim Giganotosaurus. So this, I mean, you can't insta-win in Commander with this, but you can do crazy damage with this. I mean, 5, 1 black, 1 green is kind of expensive, but I mean, it's a 10/10, so that it is what it is. And it costs 1 less for each creature with power 4 or greater. So that's, you know, by the time you have 7 mana to cast this, that wouldn't be that weird. So maybe the cost goes down to another 5, 1 black, 1 green. So maybe in the second turn, you can make it monstrous, go monstrous, and it becomes a 20/20. So technically, you can't one-shot people. Maybe you can multiply with some stuff, but you have more +1 +1 counters. You can't one-shot, but certainly at this point in the game, you can at least try to take down one of the players. It's an interesting card. Squirming Emergence for 1, 1 black, 1 green is a sorcery that has Fathomless Descent. Return to the battlefield target non-permanent card in your graveyard with mana value less than or equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. Okay. Interesting. Map. There's also Vampire Demon. See, they are not as properly sealed in the bottom. So it's actually easier to ninja them from the bottom, which is interesting. Chasm Stone Free, Family Reunion, again badly printed. Rumbling Rockside, again badly printed. Field Caveworm, again badly printed. You can't really see it, but I guess. So-called Viper, Hoverstone Pilgrim. I'm not usually this sour when opening stuff, but like it triggers me that it's a collector booster, and like almost always you have 3 cards that are misprinted, right? And it's not even cool misprint, it's just like we run out of ink misprint. So Yowa Lavatongue, okay. Pugnacious Hammer Skull. When it attacks, while you don't control another dinosaur, put a stun counter on it. If I remember with the spell, it doesn't untap until you remove it. Okay, the good old usual. But it's to compensate, because for 2 and 1 green, it's a 6/6. I mean, that's not bad. Hit the Motherload. This card is actually kind of very good. Discover 10. If the discovered card mana value is less than 10, create a number of tapped treasure tokens equal to the difference. So they are tapped. You can't go immediately with it, but still, very, very good. This is the co-commander of the Vampire deck, if I'm not mistaken. Carmen Cruel Sky Marcher. Not bad. Malcolm, the something scoundrel. The good thing is that you can read it in the text underneath. It has flash. Flying is a 2/1 for 1 and 1 blue. Whenever Malcolm, Alluring Scoundrel, deals combat damage to a player, put a Chorus counter on it. Draw a card, then discard the card. If there are 4 or more Chorus counters on Malcolm, you may cast the discarded card without paying its mana cost. Not bad. It's kind of difficult to get to that point. I mean, it has flying, so maybe, but Command Tower from Jurassic Park, not bad. Oops, I put this card in the wrong place and no one told me anything. There you go. Growing Rights of Italy Mock. This card is kind of good. When it ETBs, look at the top 4 cards. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. So that's okay for 2 and 1 green. But at the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more creatures, you transform it and it becomes Cradle of the Sun. So it gives you 1 green mana or 1 green mana for each creature you control. Which immediately it's good because the next turn you have 4 or more creatures, so that's why you transform it, and immediately, it's a good mana ramp. Not crazy good, but good. Treasure from Jurassic Park, and a Merfolk Warrior. 4 to go. Yeah, for some reason, they are easier to open in the bottom. Crazy. Cavern Stomper, Premodern Hour, Relics Roar, Hidden Courtyard. Everything is foil. It's Quinth, Fistborn of Gishard, is kind of faded as well. Quality Scavenger, Master's Guide Mural. I wish it was the Master's Guide Mural. The cards all over the place. A Forest Foil Tourist card. Earthshaker Dreadmaw, a 6/6 that eats a boat. Restless Anchorage. It becomes a bird, so you can there you go. And every time it attacks, you create a map token. It's okay. I mean, if you only have normal slow lands, that's a lot better. You have possibilities, right? Tarian's Journal. Sacrifice an artifact creature, draw a card, only as a sorcery, and if you discard your hand for 2 on tap, you activate it, and it becomes the Tomb of Aklasotz. It gives you 1 black, and you may cast a creature spell from your graveyard this turn. If you do, it enters the battlefield with a finality counter on it, and it's a vampire. So this card is kind of okay. You can mill your entire hand, you can discard it, and it becomes an engine for some other stuff, but from the commander decks, the Indomitable. It's cool. It's kind of a shame because it's not that useful in the deck. Huatli, Poet of Unity. This is actually the companion of the commander, the dinosaur commander from the commander deck. I don't remember the name. Pantlasa or something? Human Warrior Bard. For 2 and 3, for 2 and 1 green is a 2/3 that says, when Huatli, Poet of Unity, enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle. So nothing crazy. And then for 3, and either red or white, exile Huatli, then return her to the battlefield, transform under her owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery, and it becomes a Saga, Roar of the Fifth People. It has stage 1, create 2 3/3 green dinosaur tokens. Okay. 2, it gains creatures you control have tap, and it can give you 1 red, 1 green, or 1 white. I love that it says Roar of the Fifth People gains that, because I mean it's a saga, so it will be destroyed. So you have 3 more turns with this. In the 3rd stage, you search your library for a dinosaur card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. So you can use the other creatures to summon it, and dinosaurs you control gain double strike and trample until those turns. So it's kind of an interesting card. I mean, she's not that expensive of a card. If you want to use her as your commander, which is kind of weird in my opinion, this will be destroyed at the end, and then she'll go back to the command zone. You can call her again, and then pay. Not very efficient. She's more for the 99. It's kind of okay. A Mountain foil from Jurassic Park. Poetic Ingenuity. For 2 and 1 red, whenever 1 or more dinosaurs you control attack, create that many treasure token. Not bad. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. This is kind of good for dinosaur decks, obviously. A map and a Jurassic Park dinosaur. 3 remaining. Ray of Ruin, kind of misprinted. Again. Thank you, Wizard. Petrify, again misprinted. What's the best angle for you to see it? But like, if you see it next to an actual card, see, like, the text is unfocused. See? That way you can see it. And the one underneath is lacking focus. That's what I mean. So Petrify, Brackish Blunder, Poison Dart Frog. In all the Commander and in all the collector boosters, this happens. The 3 cards in the middle from like commons and uncommons come like this. And yes, I know, no one cares about like, those cards, but like, if I'm paying, right? Come on. Either remove them if, just give me less cards and make them, I don't know. Sometimes it feels like we're just wasting paper. Captain Storm, I can read. Kamen Rider, something. Thousand Moon Smithy for 2/2 white is an artifact. When it ETBs, you create a white gnome artifact creature token with this creature power and toughness are each equal to the number of artifacts and or creatures you control, which is not bad. And at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you may tap 5 untap artifacts and or creatures, and if you do, you transform it, and it becomes Barracks of the Thousand. It gives you 1 white, and whenever you cast an artifact or creature spell using mana produced by Barracks of the Thousand, you create a white gnome soldier with his creature powers and toughness. It's not bad. It's actually an interesting loop that you can create with this thing. Souls of the Lost, nice looking card. Nice black engine. Deep-Root Historian from the Commander decks. Merfolk and Druid cards in your graveyard have Retrace. Classic land that transforms into things. An island from Jurassic Park. I'm yet to see the others. I always get like plains and islands. I've never seen a swamp, I think. Mana Crypt. Ooh, okay. Okay, this one I know what it is, right? So I was like, you can't see my eyes. So I was literally like, I saw this card. I was like, okay, cool. And my eyes never went away from this card as I put it here. So I wasn't looking at this. So you may be like, oh my God, he's not reacting. It's like, literally, I was just looking at this card until the last moment when I aligned it. And then my eyes went here. I'm like, oh, okay, yikes. Mana Crypt. For 0, a very nice guest card that says, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you don't know what a Mana Crypt does, flip a coin. If you lose the flip, Mana Crypt deals 3 damage to you, and it gives you 2 colorless. So this card in Commander is good because it accelerates you. However, I have seen people dying from Mana Crypt. So I have mixed feelings with Mana Crypt, Vampire, and Dinosaur. It's I don't know. I understand that, you know, the life is a resource in Magic. The only point that counts is the last one, right? And sometimes not even that, because if you get 21 commander damage, you're dead. So, but like 2 colorless for 3 damage, I mean, it's random, so 50-50s. Maybe you get the 3 damage, maybe you don't. But I've seen people taking, you know, like, it's gambling, right? So it's kind of cool. Obviously, that's a universally acclaimed card as a good for Commander, so I'm not like smarter than the rest of the world, but to me it's weird in the sense that I had opponents die from Mana Crypt, and it's always like bam, 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 bam. Like this is, I think this is the first Mana Crypt I own. I don't know. Oh, Ithquinth, but in a different art, so you can see it older and with the parent behind, with Gishnath. Nice looking card. So yeah, overall, I don't get Mana Crypt. I mean, I get it. I don't know if I will use it. It feels like it fits in any deck, and like Soul Ring is better. I guess that well, we have to pay 1, and yeah, this is 0, but like the effect is ongoing. You can't stop it. I guess if you can compensate from it, I don't know. Again, I played a lot against people from the Commander decks, from people that died from it, so that's why maybe I'm like, I don't know, I don't like the thing. But hey, Mana Crypt nonetheless, cool card. Hey, Samuel L. Jackson, permission denied. For 1 white and 1 blue, is an instant that says, Counter target non-creature spell. Your opponents can't cast non-creature spells this turn. You didn't say the magic word. I put this token here. I was so confused with the mana creep that I put everything in the wrong place. Intrepid Paleontologist, again, in the same booster. So, and a gnome token and an angel token. And last but not least, I mean, after that mana creep, everything is least, I guess, but... Acolyte of Aglasots. Kind of washed out, runaway boulder, and Didact Echo unfocused as well. See? Like, it doesn't seem like a big thing. In person it's easier to notice, but when you compare to others, you can tell. So imagine you getting one of these cards because I don't know you need it or something, and you buy it online, and you're like, oh, the guy, and it's like, no, I mean, they come like this from the collector boosters. You're looking at it. Spelunking, a mountain. Star Compass, another guest card. Nice. For 2, is an artifact that says, enter tapped, add 1 mana of any color that a basic land you control could produce. Not bad, it's a decent rock. So between these two, watch for my next deck. Sentinel of the Nameless City. For 2 and 1 green is a 3/4 Merfolk Warrior Scout with Vigilance. Whenever a Sentinel of the Nameless City enters the battlefield or attacks, create a map token. Okay, not bad. And it's an artifact with 1 and tap, sacrifice this artifact, that creature you control explores, which it's okay. Matsalantli, the Great Door. It transforms, spoilers, into the core. We already saw this card multiple times. Altar of the Wretched. For 2 and 1 black from the commander decks. You can bring it back from your hand. It becomes this, basically. Wretched Bone Mass has the power of the creatures that you use to craft it and all the abilities as well. So if a creature has flying and something, it has flying and death touch and haste and all that. Molten Collapse, not bad. For 1 black and 1 red, choose 1. If you descended this turn, you may choose both. Destroy target creature or planeswalker, destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less. Blue, Loyal Raptor, nice. Not foil, like the other one that we pulled, but... spoilers, Molten Collapse in foil, so double nice. And Blue Loyal Raptor is a very nice card if you have Owen Grady. If you don't, it's only half of the package, I will say. And a map, that's also a Skeleton Pirate. So, for tokens, what's the nicest looking one? I will say Skeleton Pirate, but I think I already picked it up twice in previous videos, so let's try to be a little bit more fair. This one is cool. So I'm going with the egg. You know, sometimes a simple egg can just do. The Jurassic Park cards, this one we were not that lucky, but I'm going, in terms of like, oh, I want a bunch of crazy cards, but I'm going to say that life finds a way. For multiple reasons, I think it's the best looking card. And, you know, you can pretty much hear the so here, I think I always pick plains or something. I'm going with an island this time. It's kind of nice. For the guest cards, well, there's not much point here. Guess what? Although the Star Compass looks very nice, but this card is not only powerful, it just looks super cool. So there is that. For the special lands, this one is cool, but I think I prefer this one. This one is just there. Sunken Citadel. Just looks very nice. And for artifacts, what will be... This one is kind of okay. I like this one a lot, but I think I already picked it in a previous episode, so... okay. Fist of Suns looks very nice and very, very Marvel. It's basically the Infinity Gauntlet, but like thinner. So this one is okay. Although it doesn't look... It looks, you know, Maya and Aztec, but it also feels like something from Yellow Submarine. So I guess I'm... This one I kind of like and I don't like at the same time. There's something in those faces. This one is cool, but it's weird. I like this card always. I don't know why. See, again, I just like Bartolome. And this one, I'm going with Molten Collapse. You know what? It just reminds me of Yellow Submarine. I'm going with this one. So maybe because of the curves of the pipes and all that. In green, best looking one. See, like this card has a busted corner. Look at that. The card is new. And it came like that from the booster. I haven't been playing with them hardcore here. You're watching the video. I mean, at least I hope. Bygone Marvels. Okay, you know what? Trashing Brontodon. We always pull a Trashing Brontodon in this style, and I just like it. I can help it. For red, Hit the Mother Load is kind of good looking. And useful as a card as well. So it's kind of a combo. And I think it's going to be that one. It's, overall just nice. In black, or for black, Ray of Ruin is kind of nice, even if the text is washed out. Oh no, it's going to be this one. Without a Doubt. Master of Dark Rites. Nice looking card if there is any. For blue, the Indomitable always has a place in my heart. This one looks very nice, and this one looks super nice. But you know what? Let's do one for the Pirates. We already picked this one in a previous episode. Let's do one for the Pirates, and let's pick the Indomitable, because it just looks like something that you could hang in your wall. And for white, last but not least, 1000 Months Smithy looks nice. 1000 Moons Smithy, not Mons. Kutsil Flanker always looks nice, but well, actually this one looks nice as well. Elenda's Hierophant. The art is just so nice, and the blood flowing from that face, which has a face on it and all that. Like, overall, very nice. And that's the loot. Let me know down below what you thought about it, and if you prefer when I only talk about the cards or when I podcast alongside me opening the card. I don't know, up to preference. I just keep changing and trying new things, whatever fits and is more entertaining. And as usual, thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a great time, and I will see you next time on PAX and Recreation. Bye.